Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. You know, my today's editorial, again, like I normally say, may not get me a lot of views, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. But my today's editorial, I will prove a point to you. When I say that nations are built on healthcare, nations are built on education, nations are built with good infrastructure. And the moment you have good healthcare, good infrastructure, good education, you will be a prosperous nation. Today, I will prove it to you through figures. And that's my editorial today. Let's get right into the show. So, like I said, I'm going to share some figures with you. I'm going to share some figures that will prove that infrastructure, health, and education ensures that a state, the country, becomes prosperous. Now, the data that I share, normally what happens is when you share data, especially in recent times, the data is normally called fudge, the data is normally called Western conspiracy, the data is called wrong, or, like we had a minister saying that, what is hunger index? Somebody calling up on the phone and say, Tumne khana khaya? And if you say no, you're hungry. So I'm going to clear myself. I'll tell you where I've taken the data from. I've taken the data, what I'm going to mention to you, I've taken the data from National Multidimensional Poverty Index. National Multidimensional Poverty Index this data was organized by Niti Aayog in coordination with Ministry of Statistics, Program Implementation and Technical Partners with UNDP. So, absolute government data. Everything that I am telling you is endorsed by Government of India. So, I don't think anybody can actually, therefore, question the data that I am going to talk to you about. So, let's start our topic. You see, first, let me tell you, I'm going to talk to you about something called as multidimensional poverty in India. What does multidimensional poverty do? And you know why I like this concept of multidimensional poverty index? Because multidimensional poverty just doesn't take your economic condition. It takes your economic condition, education, and the basic infrastructure that you have. Which means it talks about the money that I have. It talks about, therefore, what education background do I have, and also about basic infrastructure like sanitation, like roads, like electricity, like water supply. It talks about everything. So, it's multidimensional poverty. Poverty is not just about money. It's about everything that poverty gets. And this is what multidimensional poverty is. Okay, let's get into the data. The worst hit state as far as multidimensional poverty is concerned is Bihar. Bihar, the multidimensional poverty is 33.76%. Second is Jharkhand, 28.81%. You know what I mean by that? What I mean is, out of every 100 people, 33.76% are multidimensionally poor. They don't have money, they're in poverty, they don't have infrastructure, running water, sanitation, electricity, roof over the head, and they definitely don't have education. This is what I mean. 38.76% out of 100% people in Bihar. Okay, na? Jharkhand, like I said, 28.81, Meghalaya 27.79, Uttar Pradesh 22.93, Madhya Pradesh 20.63. This is the status. This is the top 5 worst performing poverty, multidimensional poverty index states. You know who are the best performing? The best performing is Kerala, 0.55%, which means out of every 100 people that you meet in Kerala, only half a person is poor. Out of every 100% you meet in Kerala, only half a person is poor. Out of every 100% you meet in Bihar, 33.76% are poor. See the difference? I'll tell you more. Goa, 0.84%. Tamil Nadu, 2.2%. Sikkim, 2.6%. Punjab, 4.75%. These are states where people are prosperous. Now, why am I saying this? I'm not blaming a state. Of course, I'm not blaming a state. Bihar is a wonderful state with super intelligent people. What I'm blaming is the administration. And I don't mean the administration of today, tomorrow. I mean the administration from 1950s. I blame the administration. Because you see how all of this is related. Let's look at nourishment. Bihar, 42.2% people are undernourished. 42.2% people, which means out of 100 people, 42.2% people are undernourished. This is the state of Bihar. Jharkhand, 40%, 40.32%. Meghalaya, 34.72%. Uttar Pradesh, 36.43%. Madhya Pradesh, 34.63%. When it comes to Kerala, 16.44% people are undernourished. Tamil Nadu, 19.1% people are undernourished. Goa, 20.23% people are undernourished. Sikkim, 10.36% people are undernourished. Punjab, 20.8% people are undernourished. So, somewhere down the line, food security, Manrega, if that is implemented well, the state progresses. If that is not implemented, the state remains undernourished. Let me go further. Child and adolescent mortality. Bihar 4.14%, Jharkhand 2.57%, Meghalaya 2.99%, Uttar Pradesh 3.54%, Madhya Pradesh 2.32%, versus Kerala 0.2%, Goa 0.39%, Tamil Nadu 0.84%, Sikkim 0.26%, Punjab 1.32%. Look at the child mortality rate. Let's go further. Maternal health. Bihar 37.21% suffers maternal health after the childbirth. Jharkhand 29.75%, Meghalaya 31.39%, Uttar Pradesh 30.03%, Madhya Pradesh 21.40%. Comes to Kerala, it is 3.3%, Goa 1.88%, Tamil Nadu 3.31%, Sikkim 6.72%, Punjab 14.24%. This is as far as maternal health is concerned. Now, these 5 states, the reason I'm sticking to these 5 states is because the top 5 states are the worst, the most poor states, and the bottom 5 states are the best states as far as poverty is concerned, multidimensional poverty is concerned. The top 5 states which I mentioned, that is Bihar, Jharkhand, are the most poorest states, and the bottom 5 are the most richest states or people where the poverty is less. So therefore, I am comparing these two. So let me go to school attendance. Bihar, attendance is 10.61%, Jharkhand is 8.45%, Meghalaya is 7.41%, Uttar Pradesh is 10.91%, Madhya Pradesh is 6.76%, and Kerala, it is 0.25%. That is population deprived of school attendance. 0.7%, Goa, Tamil Nadu 1.3%, Sikkim 1.15%, Punjab 2.77%. Let's talk about sanitation. Sanitation, cleanliness, a loo next to your home. Sanitation, Bihar deprived of sanitation is 50.78%. Deprived of sanitation. Jharkhand 43.36% deprived of sanitation. Meghalaya 17.1% deprived of sanitation. Uttar Pradesh 31.6% deprived of sanitation. Madhya Pradesh 35.51% deprived of sanitation. Whereas in Kerala, only 1.27% and 1.27 people out of 100 people are deprived of sanitation. Goa 12.26%, Tamil Nadu 27.95%, Sikkim 12.71%, Punjab 13.6%. Deprived of housing. Bihar 65.3% are deprived of housing. Jharkhand 56.93% deprived of housing. Meghalaya 53.4% deprived of housing. 60.09% deprived of housing in Uttar Pradesh, and 54.65% deprived of housing in Madhya Pradesh. Kerala 16.67%, Goa 9.50%, Tamil Nadu 11.37%, Sikkim 24.15%, Punjab 21.96%. This is the story. And you know why I took all this statistics? Why I took you through all the statistics? I took you through all the statistics is to prove a point. You know what most of the states talk about? Caste, religion, communalism. Whether somebody should wear a burqa or somebody should say Jai Shri Ram in the school. That is what the top headlines are. Where the top headlines should be that of health, nutrition, education, and infrastructure. This is what one should be talking about. Our headlines should be full of why we don't have better education, why we don't have better infrastructure, why we don't have better healthcare. That is what we should be bothered about. That's what our headline should be bothered about. And if that is what our headline is bothered about, then the chances are we will all be amongst the best performing states. Our worst state should be what Kerala is. That should be the dream. Elect a party that says, a government that will promise you, saying that the worst state in India will have a poverty of 0.55%. That's the government you need to select. That's the promises that we need. Not that we will build another temple or another mosque. That's not what we need to do. The reason I am taking you through this is because this is the only way we can progress as a nation. This is the only way we can ensure that our last common denominator gets food on the table. This is the only way we can ensure that our people are educated. This is the only way we can ensure that we go ahead, we progress other than going regress, other than going back. And that's why, at the cost of sounding boring, at the cost of throwing numbers at you, at the cost of possibly half of you all already switching off and going off, I still say this. I still want to talk about this. You know, what really happens are these states are states who can really perform well. There is tremendous potential in Bihar. There is tremendous potential in Uttar Pradesh. There is tremendous potential in most of our states. Indians are hardworking. Indians are talented. We are the best IAS officers. Comes from the state of Bihar. Intelligent people. Tremendous laborious people. But you know what? Somewhere down the line, for every rupee that Maharashtra pays central government, Maharashtra only gets 0.8 paise back. Why? Because it has to pay Bihar 7.06 rupees for every rupee Bihar gives the government. So to give 7.06 rupees to Bihar for every 1 rupee that Bihar gives the center, it takes away money from Maharashtra, where Maharashtra for every rupee gets only 0.08 paise for every rupee. For every rupee Karnataka gives, it gets 0.15, that is 0.15 paise back. For every rupee that Gujarat gives, it gets 28 paise back. For every rupee that Uttar Pradesh gives, it gets 2 rupees 73 paise back. For every rupee Assam gives, it gets 2 rupees 63 paise back. For every rupee Jharkhand gives, it gets 2 rupees 15 paise back. The point is, most of these states, other than looking at their people, looking at their development, ensuring that there is better health, ensuring that there is better food, ensuring that they have better infrastructure, are busy trying to win your hearts by playing the Hindu card, the Mia card, the Muslim card. And we are voting. Finally, you are the one who's going to starve. These people will make enough money and will have tremendous amount of power. This is reality. And this reality I wanted to share with you, and that's why this editorial today. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.